I'm Cassandra Donnelly. I'm a mixed media artist from Norfolk, Virginia. I also like to make junk journals slash art journals, and I'm working on a trauma journal currently to help me work through my past trauma. And so today is about just playing in the trauma journal and taking you along so that you can kind of see me work in my trauma journal. Sometimes I like to just decorate and have fun and incorporate other artwork that I've already made. A lot of this art that you see here I've made in previous videos, but you're going to see me take some of what I've already created and add to my trauma journal and just decorate it, which I think is a lot of fun, and organize it. Just add pages with art and things I've already created. So you'll see me use my snippet roll, and you'll see me use my Junchi and a bunch of other things as well. And so stick around, it's going to be fun, and I think you're going to enjoy it. I hope it will inspire you to create art in your own journal. Here in my art studio, which is a shed, and I just want to make some art, attend to my trauma journal, but I don't really know what I want to do, or rather I'm pulled in a bunch of different directions, so I don't know yet what this is going to be, but here's some contenders. Okay, so one is I want to maybe finish this, possibly. Two is maybe put this in the opposite side and create a page out of this. I would like to use some of my Sumi ink artwork. I want to play my trauma journal, but I don't know exactly what I want to do, or I want to do multiple things. I want to maybe make some journal cards. I've got a bunch of different things that I could incorporate in my trauma journal, like this. This I made several years ago when I was taking a class, and it was part of a series where I did a whole bunch at one time. So this might make a cute page, you know, if I added other things to it. This is another thing I made that I never incorporated into my journal, and you know, that might look nice next to some of the Sumi ink. And the question is, you know, maybe this could be a page of its own. It's so pretty by itself. Some of these though, I could incorporate as a collage. This one, these two might look good next to each other, so I could maybe do a page like that. I have this whole bin here of different papers and decorations I never incorporated. This, I don't feel like doing this today, but this was my Junchi, my Holy Lacy Junchi. That eventually needs a place, but I don't feel like dealing with this now. This was another like masterboard collage that could find a home, but I don't know. I'm not feeling that yet. This could either be a page or be like a tag or a bookmark or something like that. This, I'm not feeling that right now. This beautiful paper right here, can't tell you when I made it, but I love this paper. And that, I don't even know what kind of paper. It feels like it might be my awagami paper. This I might want to use. This is so pretty too. This is, I think I made a video of this one. My it was in my Junchi and Mamagami video. It's my very, very first YouTube video. And I made a collage of my Mamagami pieces, and then I put some gold on top of it. This needs to find a home in my journal. So there's that. And then I've got this piece. This is on my Mamagami papers that I recently did in another video. So there's those I could use. And then let's see here. I've cut these out in case I want to make a painting, because I'm leaning towards making a painting, but for my journal. So we'll title this like Art Studio Visit or something like that. And then I've got all these little pieces that I want to incorporate maybe. This was something that keeps calling out to me. I used this one actually in this piece right here. This was my The Lord Is There. This was from I believe it's Ezekiel 48 where they talk about the Lord is there. And that could be something I incorporate for comfort. This calls out to me too, this little tea bag. I made that in one video. I saw this little scrap here of when I was doing the mamagami flowers, but look, that would make such a cool collage element. This little flower fell on the floor and I was like, you need to find a home. And okay, and then I saw this little flower hanging out, not flower, this little heart hanging out, and I was like, well, maybe I need to figure out a spot for you. You know what, it might even look cute. Like this page right here is not done and needs to have something done to it because it just doesn't look that good. So that actually might, I don't know. So you can see I'm being torn. I'm in multiple directions right now. Oh yeah, I didn't even finish. So this, I don't want to do anything with this, but these are my smaller like master boards and potential tags, and I don't want to do anything with that. This could be a journal tag or card. This one's almost completely made. It was an old painting. I happened to cut it down, and I guess I did the edges, but it could be a tag. This one's almost made for a tag. I mean, they need a backing. This one I made in one of my decorative painting videos. It needs a home in my journal. I might be able to, oh, but it definitely needs a backing. But I was like, that could be easy. I could just put that in there. Maybe I'll start with that. And then we've got these. These were made in a video too, in my Mamagami Masterboard video. So I could turn these into tags. Okay, so you see I'm all over the place. What do I want to do? And I feel okay. I just want to make art. Oh yeah, and the other thing is I want to use my snippet roll. And I was thinking about putting it on here. So my snippet roll, I was thinking about adding it to this page. That's something easy I could do and make this like a jelly band. This just needs a back. Okay, so that's, maybe I'll start with this. That will be super easy. I'll start with that. But the only thing is I need a backing for this and I need to trim it down. So let me, this is more decorative, so I don't think I need a bunch of feelings. This might look cute, right? That might look cute for the back of it. Oh yeah. That, and then I could have that, I could have this loop all the way around it, front and back. Oh yeah. Okay, so we're on to something. Let me cut these two down and then I'll be right back. All right, it's just a little short at the top, but what I want to do is kind of distress the back of this. And let's, how do I want to go about doing this? Let's do it this way. Let's put a little blue down. Spray it. The first thing I'm going to do is try to make back for this pretty paper. So I'm using the Distress Oxide inks and sprays. And I'm just spraying my silicone art mat with the Distress sprays and dabbed it in there. And now I'm basically tearing that pretty paper. I'm inking the edges and I'm going to make it into a pocket. So I'm sure to just leave one part open so that I can stuff things in there. And there was just, I wanted to cover up the date there, so I put that lace. And now I'm also inking the edges of this paper, and now I want to add my snippet roll, but before I do that, I need to establish where my holes are going to go. I have a little master board, like, you know, where the holes are. And then I put my grommets in there, or eyelets, whatever you want to call it. And now I want to attach my snippet roll, and there's a button in the way, so I move it and then glue it down. It's a little bit loose, but I have a perfect idea for it. I'm going to make a little mini journal, like a with the stitching for the first time. But in the meantime, I stuff another little like part in there. It's not going to be a permanent thing. So now I'm just figuring out how to decorate it. And I found a home for that little random flower that was let loose in my art studio. And now I want to add a backing for this. And so I'm experimenting with my mamagami papers, which, by the way, there's another video for my mamagami papers. I decided on this one here because it kind of matches the color of the front a little bit. And so I'm just going to glue it down. I do like those ragged edges there. This is a trauma journal, so it's all about just things not being perfect, things being a little raggedy. I'm distressing the edges on that with Distress Oxide ink. I forget what color that is. It might be like walnut or something like that. So now sometimes there's little things that are just loose and it calls out to me and I put them together like buttons and strings and things like that I find just lying around that didn't get put away properly. So that's what I did there. And now I want to add some ephemera. So I'm looking in my ephemera storage. And by the way, I made the cover for that. And so I'm adding some butterflies and I'm adding some fairies and trying to decide what is going to look best. But it doesn't show up too well, so I take some sari silk and put that down first just to give it a little backing. So I decided on this fairy and I'm gluing, some ribbons together. And for some reason, I decide to put little loops with the sari silk at the top. Don't ask me why. Okay, now I also added some stitches. You can see at the very top. Eventually, I'm going to add it to the three corners. Of course, I can't add it to the left because I have that really thick ribbon there. In fact, I think I tried to, and I broke my broke my needle, so I had to replace it. So now I made another video about these charms and these flowers, but I want to add my mamagami charm. And so that is what I'm doing. So I'm trying to figure out what is the best charm to add. And I'm looking at the different ones to see which one I like best. It kind of looks like overalls, with those two little loops. I don't know why I did that, but I think it's kind of cute. And this is just so different, which is good. I mean, I like that I can make something different. So I'm experimenting, like, how do I attach it? I'm thinking, okay, the metal little thing, whatever you call it, would be best. And then I need something on that side. So I decided on this pretty magenta ribbon that I can curl up the edges. And so I kind of like that. It's really cute, I think. And it's so just different and eclectic. I think it's going to fit right in my trauma journal. But want to add a quote. I got these quotes from Temu. They have lots and lots of different ones, so I can't tell you which one to get. But you look around to get whatever you like. Their prices are really cheap. It comes from China, I think, so you got to wait maybe a month or two to get it. Okay, so I'll put the quote underneath the blue fabric because I thought it just showed up better, and I thought this piece could use a little hint of blue on it. And now I'm adding my grommets, and so I can put it in my journal. And I'm really satisfied with that blue. Just stands out and just makes everything pop and look good together, I think. And plus, there's a little bit of blue in the back of it too in that mamagami paper. So now I'm looking for a quote for my little charm. It was really hard for me to decide which charm to use, but I don't know if this was the very best one. Okay, so it's had the quote was bigger, but I just wanted the word believe, so that's why I chopped it down and then I drew in my own little edge to fix the part that didn't have an edge because I chopped it off. So now I'm inking the edges with that, and it is ready to go in my trauma journal, and I'm keeping that little masterboard in there because I'm constantly losing it. So I decided this is where I want to put it. Yay, it's in my journal. It's so fun. Look at it. It's so cute. And so now I'm just figuring out what am I going to do with this page because I don't like it. And I'm like, this Junchi piece might look good as a pocket. So that is what I'm deciding to do. So I'm going to glue it on there, leave it end open, and now I'm just making sure I can put something in the pocket. I'm trying to figure out what am I going to do to that edge. Okay, so I'm going to decorate this page called With You Forever. There's also another video about that. This is videos all about me incorporating all the other things I made in previous videos, but I'm just back to the Distress Oxide ink and sprays. Same approach. I spray my silicone mat and dab it on there, and sometimes I'm spraying it directly on there too. Sometimes it doesn't spray and I just dab it on. I end up not necessarily liking this backing. Alright, so here it is. This is the journal card that I made that's very eclectic. There's a little fairy. I really love this. It's so just different. Yeah, she's beautiful. And it says, collect beautiful moments. That's to remind me that no matter how much stress I go through, there's beauty everywhere. And I just need to believe that, God is in charge. He's good. He loves me. He has a hope and a future for me. And not only the future's good, but there's moments in today that can be beautiful, that can just remind me that God loves me. So that's just to remind me to pay attention to those things, like a beautiful sunset or a beautiful flower or a nice meal or have enough money to pay a bill, something like that. So here is the Mamagami back, and now we're back to the Jumchi pocket. Don't worry, at the end you'll see the improvements I made to that. And then here is how they look together. Now this is the snippet roll that I added to the page and the back of that. I really like it. And sorry, I just can't make up my mind with the camera there. And I kind of forgot to do it the right way. But here you go, the snippet roll next to the page with the flowers. I believe that there's a video on that one as well. And here's the back of the snippet roll, the other side with that pocket, that purple thing is a pocket there. And so I can tuck things away and kind of hide it in there. I love that paper, and I think those things look great together. So I'm really pleased with that, and that Mamagami flower looks amazing too. So there it is again. And I put the date. I'm trying to put the date on my journals, like when I make certain pages, so I'll remember that was the cherry blossom paper that I made and printed it out on origami paper. And I'm flipping back again, and I forget what I'm saying. But I just wanted you to get a really good look at that and just at all the details of this because it's so nice. And I just love the texture of it as well. And there is my charm that says believe. And those are the stitches that I made in it. And I have some numbers in there, just kind of random too. So now I'm going to give you a walkthrough of the journal, starting from the beginning. So here's the cover of my journal. And then I want to do something to the left there. There's my front cover. My child sexual abuse chapter, and you could see the changes I made here. I added the flower and the button and the ribbons and the lace, and I made a little bookmark or a little tag to go in there. It says fly away to freedom. I had just put some stitches on here, and I cut this one down round. I like the way it looks in there, but I don't want to keep it there. It's going to find another spot. That's the Jumshi. I like the little hole there. But I want to have my tag say something about God makes ugly things beautiful, or all ugly things can be beautiful, something along those lines. And here's this thing again. That's where I have it, like next to the pages. One thing nice about this ring bound journal is that you can change your mind and you rearrange your pages. But for now, I like to sort of have things together, which, is color coordinated and sort of matches up. So you can see how they look together there. And I love that little uh, top that I put on my um, journal tag. That's the back of the Mama Gummy paper, the back of that tag. And then this little page right here is just a collage I made that I put a bunch of stitches on everywhere. This is my Love is Eternal thing. It was just a printout. And then this is my cherry blossom page and pocket. And I put that another random tag in there. This you saw me make in another video, and I decided to turn to this tag here. I'll probably write on that side maybe with like a metallic marker or a white Sharpie or something. I'm not sure that's done yet. It might still need some decorations, but for now it's cool, and I like the stitches I put in there. That's my With You Forever artwork, and I really like the way that looks there. And these two pages are not done, and that's that one page that I made in another video when I was just playing around. And then this one is just a collage, but the stitches all the way around. Really glad I learned how to sew. And again, this is where my snippet roll is. And for now, I have this card in there, which was the same day I made that other one. And I'm just going to put this in there now. I'll probably later replace it with some kind of like booklet that I can like write out my feelings in. And then that's the back side there, and with the other side of my snippet roll. And then I have a new chapter over here, trauma and marriage and family. And this was just some old artwork that I found. I decided that it matched really good for the other side of that, so that's why I put it there. And then this is some old artwork I decided to put in there. It was larger and I cut it down. So I have to make some backings for this. And then you saw this made in another video. These two, I forget the title of that, but I'll go back and put it there. And then you also, here's this page that you also saw me make in another video as well. I made all these things to incorporate in my journal. And then this one says miracles happen every day. I didn't make this one on video, but I like how I did that. It was pretty cool. And this again was just some random stuff that seemed to not get put away properly. And I like called out to me to put it together. Then I have another video with this with the little duck. It was like the scribble drawing and developing into something. And then this is the end page. I have a little pocket there. I think it needs a little bit more, but for now, that's what I have. Again, thank you for taking the time to come visit me and check out my trauma journal. Hope you enjoyed it. I hope it inspired you. I really enjoy making this. I enjoy decorating. I enjoy, making all the different pages and then later adding it to my journal. Um, and the thing about it is you can just keep working and working and adding more and decorating it till you get it absolutely the way that you love. So I hope you have a blessed day and take care, and be sure to work through your own feelings using art or journals. Great idea. Bye.